I'm a 29-year-old sports promoter who works to energize the sports industry. The job of a sports promoter involves selecting event venues, setting up public relation activities, and dealing with the media. For me, as a sports lover, my job is to bring excitement to the sports industry. I find it rewarding to be involved in sports. My parents also work in sports, so everyone in my family is passionate about it. I usually work in an office, but sometimes I'm involved in setting up and preparing events. Sometimes I went to work in my tracksuit, but one morning my dad suddenly said something like this. "I've come up with a plan to take athletes to Paris. Will you hear me out? Here's the plan for Paris, so I hope you like it." Well, that's right. A trapeze at Eiffel Tower, canoeing on the Seine River, and hide and seek into the Louvre Museum. What are you talking about? Those wild plans are exhausting. If you want to make plans, Sarah is great at it. Please, Sarah. Yes, of course. Leave it to me. First, I'll check the players' schedules, and then I'll list the sightseeing spots. We can't miss the bakeries in New York. There's a delicious croissant I recommend. Yes, when I went on a trip with my dad some time ago, I fell in love with the fluffy and chewy croissants. That's right. I'd love to have it for breakfast. Besides that, I'm thinking of various things to help everyone enjoy Paris. It's a great opportunity, so I'm going to make the most of it. I want them to have fun like they're on a school field trip. You are a former elementary school teacher. Thanks for your advice based on your experience. Well, since I have some time this morning, I'll go to the travel agency downtown and find out more information. I'll go ahead and pack my clothes. I'll head straight to set up the event, so I asked for your help. With that, I put on my tracksuit and headed to the travel agency downtown. It's going to be a physically demanding job, and I don't have time to change clothes. I entered the travel agency called Skyline Travel and immediately looked for Mr. Smith. Welcome. As soon as he saw me, he furrowed his brow and licked me up and down. Hello, what do you need? Are you asking for something specific? I had a question about a trip. Yes, that's right. Please, take a number and wait. I took the number from a machine and sat down in a nearby chair. However, it took 30 minutes on a weekday. Even though the office is pretty empty, no matter how long I wait, my number isn't called. Many people who arrived after me were called, but eventually a customer I didn't know who was waiting spoke to Mr. Jonathan. No, you don't have to worry about that. You can just make the low-priority customers wait. They're sure to complain anyway, so I'll be here. He said this to me, grinning, and continued. They are people who wander into the store, even though they have nothing to do but to kill time. I couldn't help but raise my voice. I'm a low-priority customer? Hey, I'm sorry, customer. I completely forgot to respond to you. Our policy is to leave the low-priority customers waiting as long as possible, so I completely forgot about you. What can I help you with? I was irritated, but since I had no business with Mr. Jonathan anyway, I decided to just state my requirements and get Mr. Smith to come over. I calmed down a little and said, Today, Paris. Paris? We deal with only wealthy clients. There are no plans for low-budget trips like yours. We don't offer travel for those on a budget. Huh? Wait a minute. Please, it's not a budget trip. Yes. There's no $100 plan. You can just tell by looking. There's no way anyone would go to Paris dressed in a tracksuit like that. We specialize in luxury travel, so you'd be better off going to another agency. Then he pushed me towards the exit. I tried to argue, but they shut the door. Of course, I was furious. That night, I told my parents what happened that day. Today, I went to a travel agency called Skyline Travel downtown. How was Mr. Smith doing? He was not there, but instead, it was this guy Jonathan who helped me. And, well, that's awful. But what happened to Mr. Smith? Then my father came out of the bath. Did you just come out of the bath? Did Sarah come back? Yeah, I'm home now, Dad. Please, listen to me. Sarah, at Skyline Travel. When I heard you mention Skyline Travel, I remembered something. Oh, that's right, Mr. Smith. I just recently heard he left Skyline Travel. It seems he got a job at another agency. That's why I couldn't find Mr. Smith anywhere. For some reason, the atmosphere in the shop was terrible. Well, from now on, I think I'll hire an agency to handle the travel arrangements with Mr. Smith. I'll ask Mr. Smith so you can focus on making plans without worrying. I'm a little concerned about that clerk's attitude, though. I think he needs to be punished. I'm sure other customers would be upset if they experienced the same thing. Well, let's go to Skyline Travel again tomorrow together. Sounds good. I should see it with my own eyes. Thank you, Dad, Mom. So the next day, we decided to go back to Skyline Travel. The next morning, we had to prepare to set up again in the afternoon, so I wore my tracksuit. And for some reason, my mom and dad came in his tracksuit to check out Jonathan's behavior. Hey there, it's you again. You're such a persistent person. Hello, I'd like to talk to you about travel. Yesterday, my daughter was turned away, so we came with her today. She brought her parents, too. They must be poor if they're all in tracksuits. You don't want a tracksuit? So I told your daughter the same, but we don't deal with travel for poor people, so hurry up and go home. Oh, you're saying we're poor. It's only natural that all of you wear tracksuits, and then you are poor. You see, he has a bad attitude. True, this is bad. Hey, what a mess are these poor people making? Hurry, go home and go to work. You don't understand anything. Well, you'll figure it out soon. Then my father raised his voice. Hey, I want to talk to the store manager. The store manager came out from the back. Welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson and Miss Johnson. What's going on with the training of the store staff? What's going on with this Mr. Jonathan? The customers were told to go home because they're poor. I'm so sorry, Mr. Johnson. Why are you apologizing to the poor? What are you saying? Please watch your words. This is Mr. Johnson, the president of the National Olympic Committee. This is his assistant, Mrs. Johnson, and this is their daughter, sports promoter. Oh, really? We are in charge of managing the schedules of all the upcoming Olympic athletes. At this point, my father's smartphone rang. He answered immediately. My father spoke to the person on the other end for a moment, then hung up. Well, that's what I said, so we went to the Hartville Travel store next door. Please, wait a minute. We left Skyline Travel. The manager and Jonathan were left speechless. I ignored them and came to discuss a plan to take 100 Olympic athletes to Paris, just as my father had said. We're in charge of some important expeditions for the players who represent the United States. Even though Mr. Smith is fully booked, we can't rely on Skyline Travel anymore. If Mr. Johnson from Hartville Travel seems reliable, we should ask him. The store manager looked pale and soulless. Then, the entrance door to the store opened again. Hey, everyone. It's been a long time. I can't believe I'm meeting Mr. Davis at a place like this. Mr. Davis from the sponsoring company also depends on Mr. Smith, right? I heard that Mr. Smith was moved over here. Or rather, I was just about to say hello to Skyline Travel before heading over to see you. At Skyline Travel, the attitude of the staff was completely unacceptable, and they were always proposing plans that cannot be approved. I went there without knowing that Mr. Smith wasn't there, and it turned out to be terrible. When I reported it back to the company, they criticized me. Hey, today I came to tell you that I'm going to stop requesting plans for 500 people in Paris. I'm sorry, but because of you, I lost an important customer. What are you going to do about it? I'm sorry. You told me to take a closer look at the customer's clothes. In the end, they started blaming each other. We thought they were interfering with our discussion, so we kicked them out of the store. After that, Jonathan was fired from Skyline Travel, and because of his actions, Skyline Travel lost many customers. The company, which experienced a rapid decline in business performance, claimed that Jonathan was the cause and demanded huge compensation. What's more, Jonathan was found to have fraudulently charged customers high prices and had to pay damages. The bad reputation spread throughout the travel industry, and Jonathan was no longer hired anywhere. Then Jonathan decided to go back to his parents' house with his burden on his back, and the store manager continued to train his employees. The manager was criticized for sitting on the high praise they had received thanks to Mr. Smith, and the store gradually went out of business. Before long, Skyline Travel's business performance deteriorated, and the store downtown was closed. The store manager was also responsible for the deficit. and it was discovered that he had been engaging in various activities that suited him. The company demanded compensation, and he was sent to the local branch. I heard that the store manager eventually quit, and Mr. Brown, who is currently living on a shoestring with a part-time job, has been closely monitoring the store manager's heavy workload for a long time. I couldn't get along with the store manager I didn't like, so I was forced to quit Skyline Travel due to internal pressure. The person who reached out to me was the president of Heartful Travel. On the other hand, the 100 Olympic athletes I was responsible for arrived safely in Paris. Ah, Paris is beautiful after all. Let's go to the bakery for a celebration. Wait, I have plans for a pastry tour with my mom. That's why you had such a plan in mind. The pastries in Paris are exquisite. We're going to make the best memories. I'm sure the athletes will be happy too. Let's support them so they can bring home lots of medals. Thank you for watching. What kind of strange encounter will happen next? Please stay tuned. Next story. Ah, la 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 la. I'm in a good mood. Breakfast is ready, John. Good morning. I'll eat it. Enjoy it. It's delicious. Can you come home early today? I'm not sure. I've been busy lately. I might be late. Worst case, I might have to sleep at the company. Oh, will you probably be like that once you get married? I want to come home early. I sleep better in my own bed. That's how your boss is? He seemed nice at the dinner party. Yes, no, it's totally fine. Please be careful. Yes, I'll wait. I am nervous. What are our business partners like? My name is Emma, and I'm a 27-year-old office worker. One of my business partners, who came to a drinking party with someone, was a little late, and it was hard to find this place. What if he turned out to be a sexist old man like the one in the drama? Well, it's a drinking party, but it's also work, so I have to handle it. I wonder if I need to be patient. What kind of person is that business partner? Oh, didn't I tell you? He's just an ordinary old man. He's been very kind to me, so we have these drinking parties a few times a year. As I was feeling a bit relieved, my business partner arrived. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I think I got a little lost. Was it really that hard to find? No, this guy can't read a map. Well, so are they? This is right. This is my business partner. This is my colleague, John. Nice to meet you. Hello, I'm Emma. Nice to meet you. This was the first time John and I met. That day, we had a fun time at the party without any issues. Oh yeah, I recently got married. Congratulations on that. Once you get married, things can be tough. Even a calm person can lose their temper once they're married. My wife was strong from the start. I liked that and married her. That's wonderful. By the way, is John married? No, I've been busy with work lately, so things have been pretty intense. How about Emma? You are bothering John. Aren't you always saying you want a boyfriend? Hold on a second. How about we skip that? Sam, no, it's the opposite. What do you think? Emma would be popular, right? John would be popular too, right? We casually exchanged contact information. Then, under the pressure from our seniors, we exchanged contact info. We didn't meet again that day, but after that, every time I saw my senior, he'd ask if I went on a date. He insisted I bring food, so we went on a date with a purpose, and before we knew it, we started dating. And recently, I'm so happy we finally got married. I thought we had crossed the finish line and finally started our life as newlyweds, but I'm in a good mood. Breakfast is ready. John, breakfast is ready. Good morning. Enjoy it. It's delicious. Are you going to head home early today? I've been busy lately. It might be late. Or worse, I might have to sleep at work. Oh, will you probably be like that once you get married? I want to go home early. I sleep better in my bed at home. That's how your boss is? He seemed nice at the dinner party, but he's usually really nice. However, he's from a generation that lives in a bubble, so he's got some remnants of his days as a fierce employee. Lately, you've been busy all the time. Anyway, he's come home. Hey, I'll try my best to get home early, too. I'm going to go. Be careful. As soon as John got married, he was assigned a big project, so he came home late and often ended up spending the night at the office. That night, "I'm sorry, today. I don't think I'll be able to go home today. I really wanted to go home early, but I made dinner and waited. I'm really sorry. I'll eat it when I get home again." He's also staying overnight tonight. I wonder if he'll get sick if he's this busy. I'm sad that I don't see John, but that's something I can just put up with. What I'm most worried about is that my husband will get sick. I'm home. He is back home this morning after being off work for several days. It's already morning? I've been wearing the same suit for days, so all I have to do is change. Will you eat breakfast? I'll be leaving soon. It's okay if you're so busy. It's almost time for the honeymoon. I'm busy working right now to fully enjoy honeymoon. But I'm worried because you're too busy. What is the big project? It won't work without you? It's about the company, so don't say anything. Why are you doubting me? Even you are suspicious. When I expressed my concerns, John changed his tune and got angry. Why are you so angry? You're so busy that you're emotionally unstable. How about taking the day off today? Anyway, you're talking about my work. Don't interfere. You can just wait. John left the house angrily. Why did I do something to make this happen? It was the first time I had a fight with my husband. But the honeymoon is coming up, and I thought we'd be able to make up over there. Previous day of honeymoon. But I'm sorry, Emma. I don't think I'll be able to go home today either. I hear we're going on our honeymoon tomorrow. But I'm busy with work. What are you going to do, John? You've been working overtime every day and staying overnight these days, and you haven't made any preparations for the trip. So I'll go home tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow and make all the preparations. Then we'll be late for the plane. I'm really sorry. Let's ride separately. Let's meet at the site tomorrow. I've never heard of such a honeymoon. I'm really sorry. John didn't come back even the day before the honeymoon, so he suggested we meet at the site. I wonder if John will really come back today to prepare. I'd be happy if you could come to the local meeting. But Emma, I'm really sorry. I'm not feeling well. I was worried that you were too busy. But you're right. I'm an idiot. So since I'm in this condition, can I skip the honeymoon? I've never heard of a honeymoon pass. It sounds bad, but if I go in this condition, I think I'll cause trouble for you. I'm canceling the honeymoon trip, and next time, let's go again, just the two of us. That's no good. You must have been looking forward to this trip. You already paid the money, so tell me at least one person. It's not a honeymoon. Anyway, you should enjoy the trip. Come on. On the day of the honeymoon, my husband fell ill due to poor health, and I immediately flew to John's office, feeling worried and a little suspicious. Isn't this where I have to go to John's office reception? Emma. Ah, John's boss. Thank you very much for the wedding. It was a wonderful ceremony. What happened today? I thought you should be on your honeymoon. But I heard that John had collapsed, so I hurried to the office. What's going on with this company? What are you talking about when you say you're going to use someone until they fall? Fell down? What are you saying? Are you trying to cover it up? I'm sorry, but that's impossible. I've heard everything from John. He's been going home on time lately. He's been saying he wanted to stay with you before the honeymoon. What's going on? What's going on? Chief, this is John's wife. Yes, this person was also at the wedding. It seems that John's not going home. Maybe you don't know what this is. I don't think I should say something like this in front of his wife. It seems like John has been getting along well with the girl lately. Some people say they got up early and saw him walking together arm in arm. Did he say Emily? After hearing what my boss had to say, I immediately left the office and went to the suspected locations, the couple's shop, the hospital, but in the end, I couldn't find John. This is where I will spend my time relaxing in the tropical island of Hawaii. In the end, John, I couldn't get in touch with him, and I was on my honeymoon alone. Oh, just before that, I turned on my cell phone and received a surprising number of missed calls. I hurriedly connected it to the international Wi-Fi. The call was from John. What do you mean, Emma? I can't come into your house. What do you mean? I'm going overseas from today, so it's normal for me to lock the door. That may be true, but you know I'm coming back. I just didn't know. I tried to contact you yesterday, but I never got through to you. But I don't usually carry keys with me, so at least I could have put them in the mailbox. I don't know. It's my house key. I usually carry it around with me, so please do something about it. If it stays like this, I won't be able to go into my house. You've been sleeping at the office so far, so you can just stay at the office again. I can't do that. Why can't you? Because you were telling a lie? That's why I went back to my parents' house. Your father also said that you haven't been home for a month. How do you know that? What was he really doing is now known. So how about telling the truth? What is the truth? Was Emily's house fun? Did you do this to get revenge for me cheating on you? After all, you weren't cheating on me. It's true that you cheated on me, but it was your fault. Why is it that I'm the reason for the cheating? Maybe are you the person who says those who are bullied is also the cause? I did cheat, but it wasn't cheating. I was being serious. Are you trying to affirm yourself? I exchanged contact information with you because of my boss at work and my business partner. And then my boss started asking me to go on a date, so I really couldn't help it. Well, I did like you when we first started dating. It was fun, but I met you, and the moment I was about to marry you, I met my soulmate. It's really disgusting, but why didn't you tell me before you got married? It's normal for me to be angry because you're cheating on me, but if you'd done it before we got married, I wouldn't have gotten this angry. I couldn't say that when I saw how happy you were before we got married. Even I am a person. That's what people's hearts say. Enough with what the person who cheated and neglected his wife right after getting married says. I'm going to enjoy Hawaii by myself from today, so not being able to go home is a punishment for what happened to me. How long were you planning on staying in Hawaii? You forgot the plans you had made for yourself? It'll be 2 weeks from today. I can't wait until then. But I have my wallet, so if I stay at a hotel, I'll be fine. Oh yeah, you. I stopped your credit card too. Why did you do that? I had a mysterious bag for the past few weeks, and my hotel bill had suddenly increased, so I got a call asking if I had any idea. So I thought it was definitely being fraudulently used. You know I also keep my bank card at home. I only have $20 in cash in my wallet. If my credit card gets blocked, there's nothing I can do about it. I thought it was being used fraudulently. It's been 2 weeks now. Do your best. As expected, John was cheating on me. I thought that was the case, but hearing it from his own mouth was still sad. But this is Hawaii, a tropical resort. I'm sure it will heal your shyness. From today onwards, I'm going to enjoy Hawaii for a week. The tropical juice I drank while lying on the beach bed is so special. I've already forgotten about him. Yes, hello. Is this Emma's cell phone? Yes, it's me. I'm sorry, all of a sudden. I'm an officer from the police station. Police? Please calm down. Do you know Mr. John? Well, your husband, Mr. John, is currently in our police station because he is suspected of breaking a window and trying to break into a private house. His suspicions were soon cleared up because he didn't have the keys to his house, and he accidentally broke it, but he needed someone to take care of it. So I called you, and he told me to be the person to take care of it. But I'm currently overseas and won't be able to go home for a week, so why can't you contact my husband's parents, home or company? He firmly refused, saying that he could never tell his parents, home or company. So I contacted you. Anyway, I'm also overseas, and I can't go home right now, so please take care of him. I'm sorry, but John broke the window of my house to get a change of clothes and was taken away by the police. After that, he realized that I couldn't go home right away. John asked his boss at the company to act as his personal representative, and he was released. But he ended up getting into trouble with the police. When the fact of his affair was discovered, he was fired from the company. As self-retirement, I enjoyed Hawaii by myself. After returning home for the first time in a long time, this is it. It's supposed to be on the divorce notice, right? Write it down carefully. Also, I'll get alimony for the affair. so our marriage will be over in a short time. I also recorded the confession I made during the international phone call, so I was able to comply with my request and ask for alimony. As soon as he was asked for alimony, he was also dumped by his cheating partner and left alone. It seems like she had a boyfriend that she was really looking forward to, but I'm going to live alone again from now on. That was my first marriage, so I wonder if I'll be better alone for a while.